Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Season 2 of the Ministry of Tourism's special interview program, Tourism One-on-One, where we explore topical issues affecting the tourism sector as we tackle the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm Kingsley Roberts, your host, and with me today is Executive Director of Devon House Development Limited, Miss Mureen James. Welcome, Miss James.
Thank you so much for having me.
Today we examine how Devon House has been recovering from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Ms. James, tell us, firstly, for the benefit of the viewers, what is the role of the Devon House Development Limited?
Well, the role of the Devon House Development Limited is simply one of relaxation, somewhere persons can come, relax, tour, dine, and enjoy their time here. Our ice cream is fourth in the world, so a lot of persons will come out just to enjoy our wonderful Devon House ice cream, as well as just to have a picnic on the lawn and just to have a fun day. There are great restaurants and bars here as well, and gift shops, so it's a lot of relaxation for families.
Okay. So in terms of the property itself, so how do you go about preserving Devon House?
Well, we do a lot. For example, we are sitting in this beautiful 19th century mansion, and we have a team that takes care of it, which is supervised by our property manager, Mikhail Hansel. And he ensures that we take care of the structure of the building. So we do everyday maintenance, whether it will be carpentry or cleaning or fixing. As you know, this mansion has been here for a while, so it takes a lot of renovating. So we're constantly renovating the building and taking care of the property. We have a great landscaping team as well. And the groundsmen, they take great care of the lawns, because you know Devon House is known for our beautiful lawns. So we do a lot to preserve the site and the mansion itself.
So which institutions do you partner with then in order to fulfill your mandate? Because it's a lot to take care of a property like this.
Yes.
While earning income. How do you manage all of that, and who do you partner with?
So we partner through the Ministry of Tourism, of course, and we partner with Tourism Enhancement Fund. So I'm always in dialogue with Dr. Kerry Wallace or Johan, who is the gentleman who's in charge of project management. And TEF is the one who really helped Devon House in the term of funding for whatever construction or renovations that we need. So they have done quite a lot here. We recently, when I just came on board in March, we just completed renovating our public bathrooms so that our patrons would have a nice, clean, new environment for them to be able to come at Devon House.
Sure. So you mentioned you're fairly new in the role of executive director. How has it been so far?
Well, as you know, my background is hotel. So I have been in the hotel business since 1994. So maybe about 26 years in the hotel business.
You're dating yourself?
Yes, no, not really, because I still feel 26 right now.
Okay.
But my background is the hotel, and I have been with quite a few of the bigger properties, Wyndham, Ritz-Carlton, and recently Hyatt before I came here. So I have been in a situation where I was always in the middle of the hustle and the bustle and all of that great stuff. But Devon House in itself is a nice, refreshing change in that I don't have the hustle and bustle, but I still do, because my tenants are really my partners, and Tourism Enhancement Fund and TPDCO and all my partners. So I'm still working in the industry, so it's just different in terms, but then I have a lot of patrons that come on board during the days and on weekends, especially on a Saturday and Sunday. We are full on a Saturday and Sunday. Recently, myself and the property manager had to meet to talk to our security team just to how we were going to manage the crowd on a Saturday and Sunday, because so many persons were coming out for ice cream and patty and all of that. So it's a different kind of busy, but still great. I'm still enjoying it.
Right, and there's a significant demand for Devon House and what it offers, right?
Absolutely, there is a demand, especially on a weekend. Recently, we sat down as a team and we decided that we had to reopen the mansion on Saturdays, because a lot of families had their kids online during school and a lot of persons were busy during the week. So we sat down and we said we have to open the mansion on a Saturday so that families can come out and enjoy the mansion tours. And we have been promoting that in the last month here, and we have been doing so well. Our kids area as well. On a Saturday and Sunday, the kids come out, they play, the parents sit on the lawns, they wait for them. So yes, it's a really great and lovely space for families and friends.
So it's somewhere people can basically escape to.
Exactly.
all that's happening.
Absolutely. And right after the shutdowns that we were having recently on a Sunday, that first Sunday when our Prime Minister decided he was going to open on a Sunday, that Sunday we had such a big turnout that we had to sit down and say, okay, let's figure out how we're going to manage the crowd. And we have now put a system in place where the security guards will manage the crowd. So when we get to a certain capacity, we will have to close the gates a little till we get a few cars and out, and then we add more. So we've been staggering it and making it work because we do understand the need to come out and catch fresh air and relax and have fun. So we've been working on that to make sure that we are delighting our patrons and our guests so that they're happy.
Okay. So what do you like most about your job?
Here at Devon House. Oh my, there are so many things that come to mind. But I would say the constant interaction with my team here. The groundsmen especially, they are a special bunch. So once a week or once every 2 weeks, I will go outside of the tree and I will have a red stripe with them to hang out with them to see how they're doing. Because outside is a lot of hard work in the sun. And there's only about 6 of them. So I'll go outside and have drinks with them and catch up with them, especially since we've started this vaccine process. They have had a lot of questions about the vaccine, and I have been trying to encourage them to ensure that they get their vaccines, because while most of the admin staff has been vaccinated, the groundsmen were a little bit more hesitant. So I have been working with them. And then the tenants as well. I have quite a few tenants that run different types of shops. So we have been partnering with them, spending time with them, seeing how we can help them to market their shops on our website pages. So we have been doing that as well and encouraging them, because we know it has been slow. They have not been selling as much as they used to, but we have been partnering with them, showing them that we care and we want to help. So I have recently hired a digital marketing officer who has been working with me just to ensure that, we're keeping them present, at Devon House is out there foremost and present in everybody's mind.
So talk to us more about that in terms of the digital marketing aspect.
Yes.
The overall goals and so on. Just expound for me.
So the overall goals is when I started, the web page was not very active, and we didn't really have much activity going on our Facebook pages and our Instagram pages. So we had to revamp the entire page, refresh. We had a consultant for 3 months, and then I saw the need where we needed somebody to be on site to help us to do that. Somebody who was here to capture those moments, to be on site, to work with our partners and our tenants to ensure that we're capturing what is going on in real time. So since we have done that, our followers have increased, conversations have increased, we have been giving prizes on our platforms. So it's a lot more interactive, and we've been giving away mansion tours, free ice cream. You know how Jamaicans love to be inclusive in all of that. We hosted a few of our athletes when they came back, persons who showed an interest in having some Devon House ice cream and patty when they came back. So we hosted Sharika Jackson and a couple more, and that was great. So we're staying visible and just making sure. But as I said before, our followers have increased, interaction has increased. And we started in September and we created a TikTok page because we want to be current. So we're doing all of that fun stuff.
So certainly you'd be reaching the youth demographic as well. Talk to me about the feedback so far from children when they come here, because there's a lot of concern as it relates to the impact the pandemic is having, especially on the kids.
And that is why we have tried to open the mansion on a Saturday. And we also have a kids' play area, which is close to the ice cream area. And that area we have extended not only on Saturdays, but on Sundays as well. And it has been doing very well. So we actually hired an additional tour guide just to be here. And the children have been coming out, the families have been coming out, and they are happy. We've been hosting private birthday parties as well. Of course, ensuring that we have the COVID protocols in place. But so far, so good, and they're happy. We've gotten a lot of great feedback, and we will continue to focus on that area as well.
All right. So broadly, how would you assess the process of recovering from the impact of the pandemic from a Devon House standpoint?
We are still working through it. I think we're doing better now than when the pandemic started in March and April of 2020. Before I came on board, I know that the team had to restructure There were a lot of persons who were laid off. So I think we have half of the complement of staff that we had before. We have had to work with our tenants in terms of discounts because we know they're going through a difficult time. But overall, we are still pushing forward. We're resilient. And we are trying everything we can to ensure that we increase revenues in areas that we can. For example, we just completed our multi-purpose building. But for those who don't know, it's about 1,100 square feet of indoor meeting space, air conditioned in the gardens. So it's glass. So when you're inside, you can see the beautiful grounds of Devon House. So it's beautiful. We have hosted board meetings there. We have hosted wedding events. We host our monthly board meetings there as well. It's a beautiful space. And we plan to create a brochure for it to just actively sell that space because we think it's so beautiful for corporate Jamaica to come out and have their meetings in our multipurpose area in the beautiful lawns here. So we are resilient, we're pushing forward, we're building, and we are trying to make sure that we recover stronger than we were before.
Excellent. All right, that brings us to the end of our program. Thanks for joining us today, Ms. James.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thanks to our viewers for tuning in. Join us next week when we conclude our discussion on how Devon House is recovering from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Take care and stay safe.